So we're now going to do our gauge swatch. And what you'll need is you'll need your yarn, you will need 9mm needles, you will need your crochet hook, which is 8mm, you'll need a measuring tape, and you'll need some scissors. So because we're going to be yarn conscious in this cable hat pattern, and we're going to be using the long tail cast on method, I want you to use exact measurements for your cast on. Now it will depend on your size. So now we're going to do the cast on. And what I want you to do is just create a little loop there and pull it through, and that will start you off on your row. So again, just create a little loop, pull through and tight and insert your needle. That's the star, that's your first stitch for cast on. So what we're going to do now is just get your hands in position. And so what I want you to do is take your little pinky and wrap the yarn clockwise around your little pinky and then clockwise around your thumb. Let's go again. Take the yarn and wrap it clockwise around your little pinky and clockwise around your thumb. Then on the other hand, I want you to take the yarn and go anti-clockwise. So you've now got your hands in position for the cast on. So now that we have our hands in position, I want you to start the cast on. So what we're going to do is, holding that thumb out, we're going to put that needle into the loop and bring that yarn around. So that's your first stitch. Again, bring that loop around your thumb and poke in your needle and bring the yarn around. Again, bring the yarn around your thumb, poke it in and bring it through. So now that we've cast on our stitches, we're on straight needles and we're going to knit the first 2 rows. So we're going to start this first stitch, and what we're going to do is use the nursery rhyme: down the rabbit hole, around the tree, out the rabbit hole, pop goes she. Again, down the rabbit hole, around the tree, out the rabbit hole, pop goes she. Down the rabbit hole, around the tree, out the rabbit hole, pop goes she. And continue that for this round, and then turn and do that for the second row. And I will pick you up on the 3rd row. So just for circular needles, you've done the cast on the circular needle. And what we need to do here is, we've got these 2 circular needles here, and we're going to use them as if you were on straight needles. So you've cast on, what you do is you take the other side of that needle and you do, again, down the rabbit hole, around the tree, out the rabbit hole, pop goes she. And you just continue in that until the end of the row, and then you're going to turn this needle around and you're going to knit back again. So as if you were doing straight needles. It's the same approach. Okay? So now for the start of row 3, we are going to knit 2 as normal, but where it changes is that we have to purl 6. So what we need to do is bring our yarn to the front, and we need to move our needle to the front of the other needle as if you're going west. Wrap the yarn around and pull it through. Again, make sure your yarn is at the front and you are going to stick your needle towards the left or west and bring your yarn through and pull through. So the pattern is purl 6. So let's purl 6. Again, going to the west, 6, and then what we need to do then is knit 1 and continue that for the rest of the row. So for row 4, we're going to knit 2 as normal, then you're going to purl 1, then you're going to knit 6 and continue that for the rest of the row. Then for row 5, do your knit 2, purl 6, knit 1, and then I will pick you up at row 6. So for row 6, we're now on cable row, which is an exciting new skill. So we're going to knit the first 2 as the pattern, then we're going to purl that 3rd stitch, and then we're going to cable these 6 stitches. So what I want you to do is just slip those first 3 stitches onto your crochet needle. Then I want you to knit, go behind and knit into that stitch, knit. So knit into those 3, and then what I want you to do is just bring that cable needle across, or that crochet needle, and knit those 3. And that is your cable. So it's the knit stitch. What we're going to do, we're going to do that again. So just purl, and then we are going again to slip the next 3 stitches onto your crochet needle or cable needle. Then you're going to knit into the back of those 3 stitches there, and then you're going to pull those 3 across, and you're going to knit those 3. So now we're at the cast off row, which is your last row. You've knit the last 2 rows. So what I want you to do now is just go in as if you were knitting that stitch, knit that stitch, knit the next stitch, and then loop that stitch over the second stitch. Again, knit the stitch and loop that stitch over. And continue that for the rest of the row, and then do not snip it because you will be using this yarn for your hat. So don't snip the wool, just cast it off. We'll then measure it, and then you'll start your hat. So here we're going to measure the stitch gauge, and so lay out your tape measure, and we are going to count from left to right, from the edge of that cable right across. So we've got 1, 2, we've got 6 stitches there, we've got 7, another 6 in that cable, which is 13, 14, 15, 16. So now we're going to do our row gauge, and I want you to line up your inch tape against this purl border here. So we're going to start from here and count upwards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I would count 16 rows for your row gauge.